which set the surrounding forest ablaze. Bemular began stomping towards the S-submarine, very eager to destroy it. However, during the commotion, Hayata awoke, but wasn't able to open the hatch on the submarine. After grabbing a tool, he was able to open the hatch, and pulled out the new beta capsule, and held it up in the sky and pressed the button on the front of the strange device. The flare of 1,000,000 watts flashed, and the 40-meter tall hero emerged. This would be the first Rise sequence in the Ultra series, a sequence that would become a staple of the franchise, and each Ultra would get one. Or, well, at least most anyways. Another YouTuber, Meek Al, sorry if I mispronounced that, made a video about these rises and their evolution. If you want to see more about these, then you should check that video out. Hopefully I'll put a title card in the corner of this video here. The narrator tells us about this new hero, as the hero jumps towards Bemular and grabs the monster. Narrator tells us about this new hero, as the hero jumps towards Bemular and grabs the monster. However, Bemular proves to be a tough match and pushes the giant towards a small shed, destroying it in the process. The two giants continued to push each other, until the hero threw Bemular to the ground. The hero threw Bemular to the ground. The hero pounces on Bemular, and the two roll into another shed, as the SSSP provides some brief yet mighty comedic commentary. Comedic commentary. The giants brief yet mighty comedic commentary. The giants roll back into the lake and let go of each other so they can get back up. The hero headbutts the monster, but it wasn't very effective. A second headbutt sent Bemular flying in a 180 so the giant could grab his tail. But before the hero could the hero could do anything more, his color timer began to blink, and he had to let go. The SSSP noticed the blinking lamp because red lamps are a universal sign of danger, apparently, despite the SSSP not being 100% sure what this blinking light meant. The SSSP not being 100% sure what this blinking light meant. We know that it means that because of the Earth's atmosphere that blocks the sun's rays, the hero can only stay on Earth for 3 minutes. Light meant. Bemular turns around to fire a beam at the hero, but even the hero is swift enough to dodge Bemular's beam. The hero takes to the skies and lands behind Bemular, slightly kicking him in the process. The hero then tosses Bemular to the ground and picks him up from the waist, and spins Bemular around. waist and spins then tosses Bemular to the ground and picks him up from the waist, and spins Bemular around before throwing him back to the ground. The ground. The ground. The ground. The hero body slams Bemular and continuously hits his back. The hero then jumps beside Bemular and lifts him up. Bemular's arms weakly shake around, and the hero tosses him back into the lake, and the seemingly lifeless Bemular was swallowed by the waves. This wasn't the end of Bemular's story, as the lake flashed blue and he transferred his story. As the lake flashed blue and he transformed into the blue orb once again in an attempt to escape. However, Bemular wasn't fast enough to avoid the hero's iconic Spacium beam. The SSS as the hero defeats the monster. The hero stands triumphantly over the battlefield and flies off to space. The SSSP crew open Jet VTOL's door to find a familiar face running their way. Shin Hayata was alive. As the 5 SSSP members meet, Hayata reveals that the one who saved him was an alien. He named the alien Ultraman. Ultraman's spaceship was destroyed and he can't return home. Thus he now fights aliens and monsters who attack Earth, and the invincible Shin Hayata was his host. Although although Shin Hayata didn't mention that last part. SSSP members took off back to their base in Jet VTOL and prepared for the next threat to attack humanity. Now here are some quick facts about the monster who appears in this episode of Ultraman. In universe, Bemular is 50 meters tall and weighs 25,000 tons, and his birthplace is planet M33. Despite the episode stating otherwise, the Ultraman wiki claims that Bemular flies at speeds of Mach 1.3 while in his sphere. 1.3 while in his sphere. While in his sphere. In his sphere. Bemular's signature move is his pale heat wave, which is a blue beam fired. His pale heat wave. Pale heat wave. His pale move is his pale heat wave, which is a blue beam fired from his mouth. Bemilar's next major appearance would be a whole 43 years later in the movie Mega Monster Battle: Ultra Galaxy Legends the Movie. Bemilar's roar is a modified Godzilla roar, being sped up and played in reverse. Bemilar was originally planned to be the title of Ultraman. Because of Bemilar's small arms, the suit actor couldn't fit into the armholes, and the suit actor had his arms inside of the suit, giving Bemilar his fin appearance. The Bemilar suit would be modified into the monster would be modified into the monster Gango from episode 11 of Ultraman. One of Bemilar's eyes doesn't have an eyelid. Bemilar has heavy inspiration on the monster Yanakarji from episode 49 of Ultraman Tiga. Bemilar would also inspire Beast the One from the 2004 Ultraman movie. In an alternate universe, a young Daigo, Asuka, and Gamu all watch Bemilar's first appearance together. Bemilar, the first monster Ultraman faced, came out of a blue sphere, and Zeton, the last enemy Ultraman faced, at least in the original series, also came out of a blue sphere. And that's all the trivia and fun facts for Bemilar. According to Ultrablog DX, TBS demanded that this new show should be made in color, feature kaiju more often, and have a returning cast member from Ultra Q. Some of those requirements are weird. Now on to my final thoughts.